exactly what eliminations than they normally would. So if today we see them with large pop-offs, this is going to be them climbing up the leaderboards, potentially looking for that championship again.
Yeah, and Sancho looks like a genius because his pick is in Virgin Andretti. So if they can just stay there, Sancho's going to take it all today.
Absolutely. Well, we're not wasting any more time. It's time to kick off the competition. We're going over to Sancho West and Shy Wager to start our day.
This is the finale of the finals, the last day of a multi-week event. Whether you're in Party Royale, on the couch, or watching along with your friends, welcome to the European FNCS. Sancho, a slew of games to play today, 1.EU as well. This is going to be insane.
And don't you go anywhere because the action is already kicking off with our number one place team being contested at Steamy Stacks. We all saw this going down on social media. Will it be Wolfies actually here? No, it's actually Nexus Trio. This is what we're talking about. The adjustments are already happening in day 2 because our $1 million+ are on the line and the championship is at stake, and here is our defending champion 10. Janice and Chapix already training between Highcrest. It is a deja vu moment, the sequel to the fireworks that we saw in day 1. Shio, it's already picking up, baby. It is the FNCS EU.
Yeah, and it's absolute deja vu. Highcrest already going down inside the first game. We saw 12 games played yesterday in all, or 6 games played yesterday. There's 12 games to play. In all 6, these guys fought over and over again. Highcrest either going down first or Hen this time. It will be Highcrest. Knight and Vortex will have to try to pick up the slack here, with a top-tier trio. Won this POI over and over, just breathing down your neck. It seems absolutely impossible.
Here we go. These are very important moments. Looks like Andretta actually gets knocked, so we'll keep an eye on that here. That is our number 1 team, already a knock against them. Let's go ahead and focus back in here. Chapix, Hen, on the like basically repeat championship.
We'll flip back and forth between those POIs. Now the fight's actually breaking down at Steamy Stacks. Savage, Refsguard seem to have wiped Screwy Nexus off the face of the Fortnite Island, just with a little bit of a consequence.
Wait guys, espera.
Points off spawn. There wasn't really any much contention whatsoever. I think Savage might actually still be looking for the rest of the squad for the moment. They might be slightly split. But with this loadout, there should be no problems at all for Savage to wrap things up.
This is what they were worried about going into day 2. They thought they will be contested. Usually Steamy Stacks in the EU region is historically heavily contested. Last season, Andretta Resguard was scrapped, dealt with 2-3 trios at times contested in there. So there's no stranger to that. They expected it. They bought it, and now Janice we're ready for Highcrest once again. Vortex is going to be left alone right now, and they're going to actually go ahead and catch him out in the bush. So far, it is all you can do. And right now,
vais aqui a big screen de tu.
6-1 advantage right now going Hen's way. And anytime any team walks out of Craggy, they do really well. And when Hen's team walks out of Craggy, they get double-digit Victory Royales.
Ainda não se vê nada, tipo, e o Janice e o Andretta morreram ao início.
Yeah, usually on day 2, this team you're watching on screen really ends up popping off. They're landing at Dirty Docks, and if this is your first time watching the FNCS, the early game is just about controlling where you land. You guys probably have your spots too, where you want to go. It could be big like Dirty, it could be small like this junction sort of, you know, POI where Red Rush, Exterios are dropping at. They have a huge
eu dropo estes gajos nem é mau, Vitor. Tá aqui trio a dropar naquela cena, não tem boa peças, só pede doca. Estás a ver?
And everyone else is, you know, really amping up to have a very good first game. There's still alive right now. The only 2 that have dropped we watched, that was Screwy's trio and then Highcrest's at Craggy Cliffs. Everyone else is going to be rotating now, looking for
damage.
And that was our 3rd place team, Asterios with Red Rush and Mappy, with a kind of an unexpected performance. Not anybody really had them. Red Rush, the FNCS squad champion, alongside Asterios and Mappy. They had a really solid day. They played conservatively. They were able to get a lot of placement points alongside with some valuable E-wins. The thing that they have to work on is, can they continue the pace? And that's very difficult to do in a high-stakes lobby like this one.
Absolutely, and for this team on screen, I mean, you can see the importance for these guys.
O Janis morreu, mas foi tipo ao início, mas já deram revive.
Than any other team we're going to be watching today. For like Anas and Thomas HD, their day ones usually.
Savage também já está com um pai, acho que 3 pontos. Ele limpou Craig, acho que era Craig. Craig e o Steam, ele limpou um dos dois.
The issue is, I'm not sure looking at this lobby if it's going to be as easy as before. Just look at the map. How spread out it is for every single team. Where the
Mas eles já estão a fazer box. Calma, Zezocas.
The competition is so high, and for these guys on the top right to be able to perform, I mean, they're gonna have to pull out miracles from inside of them. Like, it is so difficult, especially with so many good players in the league.
Mas eu vou ver isto para estudar drops também.
They can't miss out on one game, especially the first game, the one we're watching right now. They're gonna have to do a very, very good job while they're playing. Or the entire momentum will be just thrown away for the day.
Calma aí, deixa-me baixar o som disto para ouvir melhor. Pisa 4K, vês? Houve a Pisa 4K, não sei quem é esse gajo. Eu nunca vi. Nem sabia que isso era uma team. Não, mas não é para aqui, mano. Estão a atropelar.
They ran over some of the biggest names in the region, getting 5+ eliminations. I think 8. And that is something that I have to keep my eye on the rest of the way, because they were taking out the likes of Clement, they were taking out the likes of the Deals trio. So, hey, you got to watch out for Nebs, who kind of surprised everyone during the qualifier stage, being able to qualify out of Stephen's Stronghold. They're looking really good already. Fantastic day 2, just like in Dreda, Revscard, and Savage. And I think you said it really good, Shio.
Dúvida, Savage levaram 200. Vês, mano, os gajos dos defensores não são bem burros, mano. Os gajos estão a levar Fox e continuam dentro do carro.
Mas é esperto.
Não, mas tipo, é mais coisa de levar fogos. E o que é que tem pináculo? Ninguém cai em pináculo. Ei, não, saindo do carro. Ei, mas calma lá, o que é que cai em pináculo?
While you drive around the map. The big thing about day 2 is just to make sure you're playing that first game.
Olha.
We're watching EU yesterday. While the game started to go on a little bit, people started to experiment, play a little bit more loose. We had, like, you know, not that many people surviving, lots of people fighting in zone. This time, though, at least for this game, everyone's taking it very seriously. You're going to start seeing a lot of bases pop up around the map. iDrop's already doing it. Here's
não, este gajo, mano. Este gajo está bem troll, parece, mano, parece eu e tu nas FNCS, Vitor Flango. Mano, tá aí um gajo a atropelar.
Carninho, sabe o que é FNCS e fica aí.
É, a atropelar. Isto é praticamente, achas que isto é praticamente uma World Cup? Só que tipo...
Não, World Cup é melhor.
É mais tenso, mas tipo... Mano, eu não sei se vai haver... Você acha que provavelmente vai haver World Cup deste ano, né? Por causa que tipo... Não. No ano passado não houve por causa do Corona, mas sabes que este ano já há pessoas a ir a estádios e tudo.
They've been doing solid work considering they've been avoiding a lot of the scary trios coming
Nunca vi este gajo também, o Nate.
And they have did really well. They've been around the top 10.
Aquele Tomsy também.
Tags for that side of the map. But they were able to get away, make some smart rotations, rotate early, like
Psycho Tomsy. Perkova. Mano, é boi gajo random. X-Stories, é ver mapas.
If they can match what we all know what they can with that Elim
mas não é esse cara.
We all know what they can with that Elim firepower that they do have behind their trio. They can essentially move up the board a little bit faster rather than just staying in the top pack.
Yeah, Red Rush on their screen now.
Então, mas calma lá, porque que não dá o Big Ox Stereos?
On the first day for day 2.
Ela.
If they want to end up coming first, yeah, you got to hit these shots like Matt right now as well, but you have to start playing for the win. Take some risks and grab this game for your own trio.
That's what I was about to ask you, Shayo. Is it just about being conservative and trying to sit all the placements, or is it about going for the win? And you answered it right there. You gotta go for the win because no one's gonna give you the crown. You're gonna have to take it from our defending FNCS champions and Hens trio.
And sometimes, depending on the zone, you never know exactly. The game can give you that win. Yesterday, we saw the craziest things towards the south side. When I'm looking at the middle of the map, though, all these consistent type trios end up playing low ground. They end up winning at the game. It's very difficult for Height to do much to get bounce back zones.
Calma, eu não sei se este gajo é do trio deles.
Eliminations are also a big wave and name.
Olha o Jerky, eu conheço, eu vi nos melhores momentos.
GKS Great and Shakeoz on top. Trulex, the guy on your screen right now. Glorious and no pun intended at just playing these end games and having the position on Height. These guys controlled the game yesterday so much from the 5th zone onwards, but then basically choked after that. They could not hold on to that title spot, the big all the way up top high ground, and other teams rolled over them. Maybe they can clap back today. You have to make changes. That's what Wolfies is going for on your screen right now. Actually bullying Exteriors and Mappy, but maybe just looking for damage. They'll move on. You don't want to throw your game over just one mid-game fight.
E o Crazy, mano? Nunca mais vi o Crazy. No Greasy, o Crazy.
Nunca mais vi o gajo. 15 that Yellow House games 1-2. They kind of split retail row with against Kiko's trio. Now they're rotating early.
I love Shimano.
Retail row teams rotate early.
No way, o Slender tá vivo, caralho.
This time Wolfies is kind of pushing that Cammy split, and that Cammy split right now is being held down by Red Rush's trio.
We talked about early game as well in terms of how players want to, go about their game.
O que eles falam do Kick e não mostrou o Kick?
Mid-game, you'll see this cool little graphic above the mini-map on the right side.
Quero ver o Kick, mano. Será que o Kick morreu?
This entire mechanic is called Storm Surge. So basically, when you're rolling in this game, there's so many players
Estes gajos estão bem também.
You want to give these guys a challenge and make sure the entire
Ele ainda tem op flopper. Eu vou começar a levar isso para o late game.
For this entire player threshold,
o op flopper, o peixe pool.
So you basically have to deal damage or you get dealt damage by this purple lightning that comes down. You'll see it in a second. Deuce is ahead of it right now. Everyone after their drop spots is playing for this Storm Surge threshold. They'll look for damage. For Deuce, it was long range beams. Over here, it's box fights between 5 different trios. Kiko, last live on his squad. The Mentals following closely behind them. This is a whole movie.
Morreu. Mano, atropelaram outra vez, mano, paneleiro.
He's going down, and that's one trio taken out.
Não, o Kiko morreu. Ah, não, mas ainda há um do Kiko, do trio do Kiko. Solary. Solary deve estar a ver o gajo na Twitch.
Have been very inconsistent. They were going down the Southeast Stronghold. In fact, Game 5, they were kind of
gajos randoms que agora estão aí. Wave Joe, nunca vi esse gajo. É dos Wave.
Right now, they're affecting this rotation right here just by being here.
Nunca vi esse Foodie também.
What is this? This is, I'm counting like 7 different trios at the same time fighting in Storm. There's Fast Roki, the Interrupters, High Ground fighting Storm.
Vai morrer, Caníbal.
Is not stopping. Jamside
Olha o
is
Marvin.
going down in the build.
Oh, man.
This is a crazy 6.
Esse gajo também, not bad sniper.
Making it off spawn for I think the first time I'm watching, and they're looking real good with this loadout.
This is just a repeat.
Olha o Slender. Slender matou. Mata.
Lazy Lake, Caddy Corner, all being late on the rotations and all colliding as you're seeing Jamside getting eliminated by Podosai. This is what's happening the entire tournament. It looks like it's going to be a repeat in day 2. If any of these trios want to get better for the day in placement, they just have to avoid this kind of white line engagement that's happening right here, Shayo. This traffic jam hasn't stopped, and this is game 7 out of 12.
It's going to get crazy as the day goes on. These are teams playing conservative. Bad Sniper inside Storm, eating some damage, looking for an angle. Not going to really find it, but has some meat to eat, so it's all good on his end. Once again, in terms of reading what's going on screen, it might be confusing. There's health bars to watch.
Destes aqui vai fazer pelo menos 30 pontos.
O Storm também está ferrado.
Aí mais de 3 teams na Storm. O Slender. O trio do Slender está na Storm. Não, eles não estão na Storm. Não estava. Eles é que estavam a mostrar o ângulo tipo da Storm. A câmera deles estava na Storm. Eles não estavam na Storm.
Very nightmare type of rotation if the zone keeps pulling north, but also a nightmare start for Red Rush, Asterios, and Mappy down already. Our third place team is
olha para o minimapa. Os gajos estão bem mal. Quem está pelo bot, Pleasant, tipo metade Pleasant,
and they got taken away from them, and only one of them they were able to hold on and get a victory out. So expect to see them continuously to fight for height, to expend all the match, to hold on to height, do whatever that they can, because they're all in for that strategy. And when you go all in, you saw it already, they get down into shambles. But I'm expecting them to at least get 1 or 2 victory royales here today.
This is such a weird game, Yesterday we were watching organized driving, basically. Everyone in their own lanes, way far away. They were, following traffic laws. This time, I'm watching bumper cars. I'm looking at trios just bouncing off of each other, shooting over and over again. No one is leaving space for anyone to walk by. Even Nate, so far away from this trio, is looking to affect this one. Trulex getting hard beamed. This is troublesome.
This is just what it means, how much eliminations are. 2 points apiece, Shio. Expect people to go for more elims because they have to make up some ground to catch up to the top of the leaderboard.
Everyone's also just bunched up at the south side right now. There's a river all the way in between. Some elevation will be tricky to actually navigate. There is one big hill, and there are some kings on it. A god trio, maybe. Kind of an opposite lifeguard on this river. They're actually looking to take out people who might be drowning. Everyone's gonna start to swim in just a second. Jerky's already down, so Trulix and Queasy are already looking bad, and look at who they have to go by. Tuz Kiriachi, Shackles up top.
Imagina tu aqui.
It's like playing a game on the hardest veteran difficulty, and you have no ammunition.
Eu acho.
Your movement speed is slower as well.
Mas o Savage não morreu.
Não, o Savage não morreu, mas... Lá. Mostrar-se o Savage que é bom. Só tá mostrando esse cara agora?
They have been trading blows here. The entire south side of the map here in Zone 4. Let's take a look at it. Yes, so many trios are on the south side here. The north side, still a little bit going to be troublesome, but not so much. And there's already a team right there in the orange, in the middle of that map. They're going to have strong positioning. That is the high point of this section. But the river is available for rotation. On the top right of your screen, that is Exquisite's trio, who've had a rough start to their tournament run. Shifting down to Camp Cod, having trouble with not being able to get what they normally do. Let's see how they do here in day 2, making those adjustments.
No one's holding anything back. Stormy Red already going down.
Mr. Savage cut.
Tuz Kiriachi, they need consistent games. The reason they're inside the top 10 right now is they're really good in placement. Just like all these teams you see on your screen.
O Thomas e o Jenny estão vivos.
Conhece esse time guild, mano.
O Jenny saiu do coisa.
I'm not sure if this is
like the way
they get every zone when they're in this position. They look good while doing it, and they end up clutching games.
We already saw who's at height holding it. It is Vidil's trio who've made those game plan movements that they were talking about, those adjustments. They said on social media, we have a plan. We saw yesterday they were kind of just pushing everything, getting in some scrums in mid-game, rotating late.
Oh, no,
now they're early, and now they have prime position to get beams. So now they're changing up the box mentality for Storm Surge, and they're just going to do it from a distance. Wow, I'm impressed.
And they came through yesterday with a crazy win in the first game. 12 eliminations. Looked really good. Are these guys hot starters? Because after that, it was just mistake after mistake. And they're in 16th place now.
Oh, Loot Boy Bubak.
If they could just chill out a bit, just
o Tyson tá vivo.
O Slender e o Savage, eu acho que nem
o Slender tá vivo.
And maybe they could just get on through because when they get to in-game, they're dangerous. You have to see them perform in this tournament in-game.
É, Tyson.
Ele era do tio. Era do. Já foi do Mongral. Olha, o Wolfis morreu. Foi do trio do Mongral, eu acho. Acho que era do Mongral. E do Savage, dos dois. Olha.
Let's hold off on that for a second. Tayson getting tagged from the right side. There's even other trios rotating later than this. They have to move through a maze. They don't have a map. They're not sure what's in front of them right now. Wakey, Fluky, the Sipto setting a trap. Endless uses the
Endretta, olha o Endretta. O Endretta tá vivo, é o único. O Endretta é do trio de... morreu. Só o Endretta que tá vivo.
This is your first place team right now. Cumulatively over the 7 games. I know it just says 7 points right there, but that's just for day 2. The first place team has one person left. If Andretta goes down, their team stops getting placement, they might drop out of first. All eyes are on Andretta for this end game, and there's so many people looking to take him out to try to grab the lead.
Andretta has...
Olha.
go back at the time machine. He
Agora
finished
sobreviveu o
24th
Endretta.
in the World Cup solos, so he could kind of dip into the
O Endretta não pode
pull
morrer.
that rabbit out of the hat.
Mano,
Maybe
então
there's
o gajo
some
está a
magic here, 'cause his
atropelar, mano.
job
Para
is just
quê,
all
mano?
about getting placement as many points as possible before he gets lobbied.
Oh no, this is
no.
no. This is the third time I'm
O cara
watching
tá com o peixe fedor nele mesmo.
Manda pra yes!
Getting close
Nice.
range, they're so lethal though. Look at Bubak's health just go down more and more. Now he's at 30.
O Lutz vai quase morreu.
He's going down to 20
O
as
Bubak.
well.
Olha
It's
o
so hard to
Bubak.
run away from those Stingfish, but
O
once
Bubak
again,
quase
use
morreu.
them close
Olha aí,
range,
Jules,
then the
também nunca
damage to
vi.
you as well. This entire box too.
O Aguei,
Bubak,
nunca vi esse cara.
Neves.
So many top
O Aguei.
trios, and making sure you
Olha,
match
o Void
these guys
morreu.
are going all in on their HP. They're
Void.
looking to just make this
Void
endgame
do
by
Slender.
storm.
Oh, yeah, and the Storm has already moved away
No.
from all of our competition.
Calma.
The first moving has been revealed.
Não, não
and
é, eu
going
acho que não
back
é.
towards
Void.
Dirty Docks. This is going to be
Okay.
a very dirty, a very dangerous
O Endretta
rotation.
tá
And
vivo
Thomas
ainda.
AC and Austin Flick, we said that day 2 is their day. Are they going to be
Acho
able to
que é
seize
do-
it
O Endretta ele tá
and
no meio
have
de
that
todo mundo
pop-off
ali.
game
Deixa-me ver o
shot?
Insta do
This is
Slender.
not only the most important day,
É, o
but
Void é
this
do
has to
Slender,
be the
Void é
most
do
important
Slender.
game.
Olha a mira
Yeah,
desse
I feel
Thomas,
like
mano.
EU, especially early, is people like to contest height. They like
Thomas
to
tá com
interrupt
7
Thomas,
pontos.
Flick, and Anas.
Anas,
Look how
o
far
Anas
this
tá
split
bem.
goes. Thomas is back in an old zone a minute
Savage tá
away.
quanto?
Suena-
Already
Ah,
on the
o Savage, só tem lá o... Olha o Thomas matou o Tyson. O Janis morreu. Ah não, ah não. Mano, as FNCs estão literalmente viradas ao contrário. O Janis acabou de morrer. Mataram o Thomas. O Savage morreu. O Kiko morreu.
O Slender talvez.
Acabou de matar o Tyson. O Slender morreu para estar no Surge.
O Endretta tá vivo ainda.
Não, acabou de morrer, não viste ali, morreu para estar no Surge.
O Endretta morreu.
Ah, o Endretta está vivo, mas tipo, o Savage pronto. O Endretta provavelmente vai
O Thomas,
morrer.
nossa, o Thomas tá muito bem.
14 anos.
Tá muito bem. De pontos e de colocação ali. O nome
Mano, o
dele.
Gris é o único que ainda safa. Mano, mas tipo as FNCs são todas viradas ao contrário, do que é isto, mano?
Os caras desconhecidos tá ganhando tudo agora.
Esses caras vão ganhar, as FNCs. Mano, ou se o Slender não fizer um bom jogo na
Não, mas
próxima
o Thomas
partida,
tá
eles vão
muito ruim
ganhar.
de match. Os caras tá muito ruim de match. o Thomas.
Não, porque ele pode ter dado split para o trio, calma.
Não, ele tá muito ruim.
Onde é que está o
Ele só tem
Thomas? Mano, então porquê que ele não deixa? Deixa para a build do ano.
Ele só tem ferro.
Ele só tem ferro.
Looking for anything right now. They only have 2 eliminations, Sancho. I've never seen them this, unaffected on the lobby.
Nossa, o Endretta morreu, o Endretta morreu.
É mesmo, é, mano. Que
O
digas,
Endretta
FNCs.
matou. O
Olha, não,
Endretta
matou.
matou. Ele matou e morreu. Ele conseguiu matar e morrer.
Olha o Noah Riley está vivo, ok.
Ele matou 10. O trio do Noah tá... Nós estamos muito ruim de match.
É, o Noah só tem 5 minutos.
100, matou.
Nice, pega esse refresh. Pega, finaliza. Isso. Nice, ei, oh my god, agora está bem. Está bem, tem... Não, ele tem... Mano, ele tem... Mano, pegou... Não. Eu não sei, ele foi bem burro. Não, ele foi bem burro.
Nossa, eu odiei... Olha o último ali, mano.
Mano, tu viste, ele foi bem burro. Ele tem 18 minis e...
Não morreu, não morreu. O Thomas
Sim,
matou.
mano, mas o gajo esqueceu-se de pegar o arpão.
Mano, o Thomas vai ganhar.
É, o Thomas vai
35
ganhar.
pontos.
35 pontos, acho que não dá para passar o Thomas. Só se alguém fizer 10 kills numa
Os caras tá
partida.
bem... O único ruim é o match deles. O de cura
Porquê que não deixa para o pé do Ana? Porque o Ana vai fregar, sei lá. Não, ele não vai fregar. Se fosse fregar, já tinha ido para low.
Aqueles ali não tá muito ruim também.
Calma lá. Ah não, olha o Phil,
Eles são
que o Phil
muito
está
ruim de
vivo, o Phil está vivo.
Everything's kind of just getting claustrophobic. The walls are
Quem?
closing in.
O Phil, o Phil,
Big
o
Mountain
Flick.
one last gets taken out. There's no harpoon here.
Geralmente
tá vivo.
Nas only has 7 builds.
Ai, mano, eles estão bem maus, mano. Ah não, não está vivo. Olha o Marvin, ok, o Thomas ganhou a partida. 3 médicos
Eles vão
humanos.
ganhar.
Não,
ganhar.
olha o Marvin, olha o Marvin. Yeah, o Marvin
Vão ganhar,
já foi
vão ganhar.
caraças. É 40 pontos, mano. Ok, 44 pontos. É, o Savage não...
É um para eles.
Mano, o que é que aconteceu com o Savage, mano? É 2-1, ganhou.
Primeira partida, pode ser na segunda eles fiquem melhor, né?
Mas foda-se. O John, acho que o Thomas tem que morrer early para o Savage lhe passar.
Não, mas tem muito cara melhor que o Savage também.
Não, assim. Ai, não.
Não, mentira.
Não, merda.
Cara, conseguiu ganhar solo, mano.
O quê?
Do Noah. Foi do Noah.
O quê?
Mas esse cara do tiro do Noah... Nossa, mano. O cara do tiro do Noah, meu Deus.
O Anas é um burro, mano. Mano, por que o Anas fez isto, meu?
Reason gets the siphon at the last millisecond of time as well. Wins out the game. This man, not even a troll under a bridge, a goat under a bridge, clutches the unclutchable.
Mas eu acho que mesmo assim, se pá, o Thomas deve estar em primeiro, se pá.
What the heck am I watching?
Mano, o que aconteceu?
Wow, dude. Okay, listen. Reason got put in one of the most difficult situations you can be put in as a trio. You have one member left alive in those final few zones.
Anas, por aqui, mano. Tu estavas tão bem, meu.
Like what?
No way, tu fizeste isso, mano. Trollaste, bué,
mano. Let me
just
channel my Sprite energy and just roll up in there and get the victory royale, Reese.
Eles não... Mano, caralho, mano. Que foi isto, meu? Deixa eu ver o Twitter do Janice. O Janice diz assim: bruh, I didn't have anonymous on the whole tourney. Ele diz que ele não estava modo anónimo. What the fuck are these servers? O Janice está a dizer que o Janice está a reclamar de server.
Live as a solo for a long time as well. Huge props to Reason for clutching that, but they did win game 1 yesterday. Will they manage to keep the steam going?
This is the story of last season's, you know,
because
you look at the last 2 teams there. This is the third place team
I like the East End. Anas is a dumb off man. Burro, meu, por quê?
As well, and he's back this season with just the clutch genes in his veins.
Essa é o que vi a primeira partida.
One of the best teams in the world. Like just frame it like that, and you start to really understand how crazy what he just did is. And you know, we could be coming back in about 5 games and looking at that as being a defining moment in what turned their tournament around. That victory out pushes them up the standings.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Even just being able to say, like, even if you just ended in 2nd place, it's like, wow, you clutched up so hard to at least hit 2nd. Nope. Let me just 1v2 this other trio. No problem. That's how we started.
O Jenny só comentou agora assim: what the fuck are these servers?
At the very beginning of the show, I asked you,
who won the first game?
Did anything get changed?
Começa no outro.
Não, eles iam ficar parados no lobby. Mano, mostra o drop do Kiko, caralho. Onde é que eu estou a drop? Os gajos aqui a cair split também. Pronto.
Mentira.
Não.
That is insane. Look. We know what he
can do with those
rifles in his hands.
O Pizza dropou aí.
In terms of Pizza Ardit for Strokey, these guys, they won. We talked about how aggressive they were in terms of eliminations, how successful they were out of Misty. And to start off with, they were obviously known to be contested at Misty, but they've still remained fine. And it looks like they have the potential to maybe replicate what's happened yesterday, since it doesn't seem like they'll have too many problems there. Similar things could be said for Flickiness and Thomas, however, we just saw there at the end. You know, it's all
o Savage tá em primeiro? Ah, tá em segundo o Savage.
Não, mas mesmo assim, caralho, é bem... Não, mas isso é... Ah, pois é!
Ah, não, é da passada.
Não é, é o acumulativo. Não, isso o Savage está bem. Olha, não.
O Savage falta muito pouco pra
sitting in 4th, Queasy, Trulex, and Jerky sitting in 6th. You know what's funny, Reese, when I look at this is literally almost my top 5 prediction list, except for Hen, Janice, and Chapix. Like, all the teams we predicted to do well.
Absolutely, and this has just gone even closer. Apart from, let's be real, Hen, Janice, Chapix pulling away a little bit with their eliminations. No, you know, Chapix clutched all the way up till 9th by himself there, so 2 moving zones he managed to make it through, which was really big for the team. That's why they started take that lead a little bit. Again, Indrea managed to do a similar thing, clutching them all the way to 12th. So great performance from these guys. But again, Kiriachi's team, most of these other teams down that we kind of just mentioned, they're still middling, right? In that 7th place. We did see Bubak hop in the end game against
o que tá em primeiro tem muita eliminação.
43. Ah, não, olha os pontos, tipo, não é 125, é placement point 125. Eliminações 29. Ah, ok. Mano, eu queria ver isso, só que no Brasil, porque o Blackout fez 41 kills.
A lot of these trios are looking to shut down this top 3 because remember, it's top 3 that will auto qualify.
Que o Blackout tá na finals?
7.
Sim, eu acho. Eu postou um vídeo que fez 41 kills nas FNCS, só que não sei se foi nas minhas.
They're your casters for the game once again. Let's kick it back their way.
Game number 2 of day number 2, and I'm not even still over that first one.
No, foi na Cash Cup.
That's how things are gonna go today. I am not ready.
I think that's how it's going to go today. It's going to go down to the last moment. We saw last season in the final rotations, the final moments, our top 3 was still up.
Nossa, yeah. Você acha que o Giannis morreu na passada, né? Ou nisso?
Sim, só pode morrer agora na passada. Ah, não.
Não, se eu matar alguém.
Bebe o Big. Não, os outros caem no baú místico, eles estão bem.
Vortex vai... Mano, toma o Big.
Não, aí tem barril, então aí tem...
Então, bebe o Big na mesma.
Não.
These elims off spawn for free, basically. They're the only team to have multiple double-digit elims. Plus. So, you know, a big factor of that is these 3 elims off spawn. They're getting the chance to get every game and have, as you said, what? 6-1 so far right now. Like, they're looking real good off spawn. At the moment, it's a little bit more, you know,
nossa, o Vortex tá rushando no hein.
Ei, não, acho que isto é Ghost. Isto é bué Ghost. Isso é Ghost, não pode.
Usa o Big.
É, o que eu estou a dizer. Ah, ok. Olha o que matou o Wolfies. O que matou o Wolfies? Não, mostra a tabela, caralho, então.
Esse cara já tá puxando esse baguete.
Acabaram de viram a win, certo?
Sim. Calma aí. Não, o Anders foi bem burro.
Yeah, o gajo que desceu.
Ou sim, o Anders,
O gajo foi bem da burro.
Oh, vi. Olha, o Kiko matou o Wolfies agora.
Como é que ficou o coisa ao bocado?
Ei, o Kiko, o único que ficou vivo. O único que ficou vivo do Slender foi o Void, e do Kiko acho que morreram off spawn.
E o do Savage foi o Endreta.
O do Savage foi o Endreta, mas mesmo assim eles estão em segundo. E agora vem-me isto, mano. Não, o Kiko matou o Wolfies.
Mas não morreu?
Não, agora não.
Eu estou com dragão.
Acho que o Giannis vai morrer um pouco.
O Giannis vai morrer, acho. Só se eu conseguir dar creco ao Vortex.
Tá contra o Giannis agora.
Não, o Giannis vai ter que tentar matar primeiro o Vortex.
O Giannis está full shield, calma.
Tá bem, mas o Vortex pegou ao mítico.
Parece que tá com um loot bom, mano. Eu quero que mostrem o Vortex. Nossa, tá 2-1 contra o Giannis, por enquanto.
Eu acho que o Vortex vai ganhar.
E os outros 2 burros, onde é que estão?
Estão lá embaixo.
Split. O N tá aí por trás e o...
O Vortex tá com muito bom.
Mas tem um gajo a tirar tomate, mano.
Janus, I believe, was on the backside and used all his mats as a solo. When Hycris, Vortex, and Knight wanted to respond to him, all 3 of them had to use their mats to catch up. So they basically, look how many ramps are invested over here from all 3 players. They're losing this war on
Nunca
resources.
uma moto a passar aqui no meio da tela, mas...
Olha, o Vortex, mano. Só se o Vortex estivesse a ver... Ei, o André tá tipo full split, mano.
Não, deve ter chaminés outro. É, tô chaminés.
They had their early game fight. Slender got taken out immediately from what I saw over there.
Oh, calma.
Foda-se esse jogo.
O cara falou no Slender.
O teu do Jenny só ele tá full shield.
É, né?
O do Vortex tá todo mundo shield.
O OG podia ter... Não, o OG tá com mais shield. Não, tô todo.
Foda-se, mano, este gajo da moto já me tá metendo nojo.
Nem, mano, esses gajos estão a atropelar, meu.
They have the potential to flank. Hen really went all the way towards
Esse cara aqui na minha frente.
Ah! Chegamos uma beca atrasado, guys.
Por quê?
Estás a ver o N? Está lá a dizer Team Eu Finals Game 8 de 12. Game 8 de 12.
Pronto, é o segundo jogo.
Não, é o... Falta 4 jogos.
Eu não vou ver os 4. Eu não sei se eu vou ver os 4.
Ah, eu acho que foi.
Eu só vou ver mais este, depois vou dar uma nova.
Ah, eu vou ver os 4.
É este e mais 4.
Olha o retail, olha o retail. Que ganhou. Que ganhou o retail. Yeah, que ganhou o retail.
Mano, isso é só estúpido, mano, eles estarem a dar contexto uns aos outros.
Não podem fazer nada, meu, é o drop deles, mano. Não é burros, mano. É tipo, os dois trios são bons, num drop deles. E a fight ainda não acabou. Epá, se fossem 3v1 ao Vortex, epá, acho que é óbvio que ganhava, porque o Vortex tem o baú mítico. Se fossem 3v1 ao Vortex.
Ninguém sabe quem pegou o baú mítico, então.
Só se o baú mítico tivesse vindo uma espaço lendária, até coisa. Só que eles não mostram.
Mas quê? Tá bem.
Eu mostro o Vortex.
Onde?
Was on high ground. He was in the position of this opposite team, Vortex, the night before. He got beamed hard. I think these guys have learned from that.
Olha, o Night
there's no chance that third party
eles trocam aqui,
mano.
So they're actually sitting pretty.
Deve ter vindo de lago, eu acho. Mas estão fightando aí também, né? Então.
Ok, o Marvin já tem mais um pronto fácil.
Esse cara joga bem.
Esse cara joga bem.
I mean, Sancho, no one's holding anything back on day 2.
Olha a picareta.
É mais game
1 of this day here, which is 7 out of the 12.
É 3 trio aí, mano.
É 3 trios.
The southern rotation, I call it the struggle rotation, man.
Olha o Marvin vai morrer.
Right here, that's happened real. Every time
Nossa, o Marvin tá meio ruim de vida.
Now in game 8, you're seeing all the kind of chaos that's happening. Jamside hasn't had a great tournament run because of this.
Okay.
And you've already seen Pizza, who's just able to be a little bit better because he's able to rotate.
O Westin não tá nem aí pra fight. O Westin tá lá no wipe. Olha o Tyson. Tyson tá a fightar com o Grizzly. Toda a gente usa esta pickaxe.
I mean, what ends up happening in the EU is they stop
saying, vem ao cabeça de pizza, temos que conseguir nos iguais.
Ninguém tá com isso igual,
tá, o trio do Marvin tá, o deles estão menos um, do Tyson tá menos um, não sei, para não levarem foco.
Tá, mas já foi necessário, não vai ter nada disso.
Vai ser. Imagina que o Slender está tipo o trio do Slender. E o Slender está em primeiro. Vai toda a gente querer focar no Slender porque ele está em primeiro. Vai tirar os pontos para eles conseguirem subir.
4CR, Nate and Tayson, they've almost even taken height over Percival. Actually,
Pois assim, todo mundo tava com isso igual, então.
Não, mano, mas tipo, eles vão ter que saber a skin do Slender, mano. E eles não vão ser bulls ao ponto de contestar o Slender, só tipo a meio do late game.
Eles querem entrar na box dos dois?
Passes over the pump and then a big shot, but it's only green. He's gonna escape all the way.
Tá a tentar pensar que é o rei de tudo, mano.
Bloom took big shots. First of all,
gajo podia rushar o White.
You're trying to go toe to toe with Tyson.
O Tyson vai ganhar isto. Olha o outro gajo ali. É o que eu ia dizer.
E o Vertex?
Não mostraram a fight. Não, também não houve nada no chat.
And it's good to go for these mid-game fights, especially when you're behind and try to shake things up. It's also just so risky. On the same box right now, on the walls, they're just shooting pumps at it.
Bora, nice.
Swinging their pickaxes, and they get in.
Esse cara tá meio unscathed.
Jason will be able to met up. Everything will look fine. What a fight! Masterclass of a mid-game fight there from 4-0.
Não mostrou o kick, né?
It looks like Bloomy's luck has run out of that trio. They've been in.
Eles mostraram toda a gente, menos o kick.
They were always worried that they'd be taking out. That's what happens with the 26 teams. But it looks like Tayson Trio is taking that engagement a little bit further. We've been seeing Bloomy and Tayson Trio all tournament long been competing for Central Zone.
Through one game one of the two.
Up top, who is trying to get a third FNCS championship. Now let's focus in here on Noah Riley. Reasons Trio won game 1 of day 2 as well as last season. So we're seeing that they're creatures of habits. And now the changes, you're seeing the changes. They're actually boxed up. Looking for storm.
Yeah, o Reza, nunca mais vi o Reza.
They're not in the car. They're not hunting. They decided to become more of a, I guess,
que o Reza pegou os earnings
e like little spiders that chill in those underground traps, right? They're just waiting for people to walk on by to get some tags.
They're trying to switch things up completely. Meanwhile, Shadow is basically seeing the light absolutely erased almost. Stompy right, not gonna get beamed out of the air this time. He's looking good with Peppers, but not finding a way to really help out his team. There's fire low ground too. Not really landing any shots on anyone through builds either. The big Elam comes in, the Siphon finish, and now he's looking for more. Gonna pick up Shadow all the way up top, get that clutch. Revive.
Hey, okay, nice. Shadow fish
this
clutch.
Is also just a very, very messy fight.
Ooh.
Very messy. The fire actually knocked their teammate. That's what happens when everything gets set ablaze. Wakey's going to go ahead and bring back iDrop into the fight here. This is actually another big fight because look at the inventory that Joe, Stompy, and Shadow have. Joe has so much shield, but at the same time, Stompy's Trio has 4 peppers. And you know that's going to be a great win condition for Joe, Stompy, and Shadow. That is part of their game plan. They got a victory out by playing for hype. The zone went down towards Hollyhead, just Meadows, and they're blowing Storm Surge, and that's why they're taking this fight. But they open up that door and get greeted.
Hey, agora que eu vi, olha o Storm Surge do Joe.
For Joe, this man is a walking llama right now. If he gets taken out, golden tactical shotgun. You're talking about the bigs. He has so many.
Esse também doesn't miss you.
You do not want to go down.
Acho que o trio do Slender morreu.
The feeling like they want to get down into that. They're so
Na primeira partida morreu quem?
HP thirsty. They want to get in that
fight.
They're trying to slow down their ways. They're trying to
slow down that temptation to get in
there. O Slender estava no fim, mas o Void é do Slender.
Sim, eu quero saber quem é que perdeu o drop. Perder o drop é morrerem os 3.
Epá, não sei, não vi a partida toda.
Hope you guys are too. Endon is here now with Draku as well. Crazy solo performances from Endon all across the season, and now he's looking to get into this fight close and personal as well. Some teams are still on that classic game plan of invade boxes. Look for these aggressive tags, and most of them are also low. We're talking about Sancho. Elams are a dope way to make up, you know, some of the mistakes from yesterday, but at the same time,
óbvio que estão. O Kik matou o Office.
Now we're taking a look at the rest of the board here as a squeeze is being pressured by Kirachi here, and crazy. There's nowhere to be found. They've been not having this tournament run that we've all expected them this entire season. Has been just a more like a hide, or was it a Jekyll, you know, situation for them. They're just not the same French trio that we saw last season, the previous season before that. And Tuz, Kirachi, they have an opportunity to close out that chapter here and lobby that trio. I'm just flabbergasted, sir. Flabbergasted.
Red Rush Exteriors Mappy coming through the first game, not that consistent, just 2 points in total on the day. They got to look to actually just, you know, make things up. These center zones, I feel like that's what's strong the most. It's so hard to stay invisible, be passive. Both the beams are fighting.
Sim, posso ver em que top é que morreu o Kik e o Slender, cara.
Build all the way up towards Kaiser. Down a teammate. Meanwhile, now this entire server is
evolving
in a box fights left and right. Even your former first place trio is fighting your current
Não, Janice morreu.
Já, de novo.
Olha ali.
Já, de novo.
Só o OG Way é que tá vivo.
Agora essa vez tá fightando. Vai morrer, vai morrer. Nossa. 1 de vida. Morreu, morreu. Nossa.
Vai tomar a câmera primeiro. Vai sair quando os FNCS acabarem. Vai sair da loja.
Mano, o Agüey vai morrer muito.
Por que ele não toma a primeira bandadas? Aí eu
acabou de levar com o
Surge. Aí o Thomas vai morrer.
Ih, o Slender morreu top 32 agora.
Travou.
Já, travou.
O Driver estava tudo vivo, ele tá bem. Nossa, o trio do
Thomas morreu.
tá bem aí.
E o trio do Thomas vai morrer.
Mano, o trio do chefe já não tá bem ali.
Aí agora. Ok, caga. O trio do Thomas morreu.
O chefe já matou um.
O Anas morreu para o Storm Surge. Ok, o Savage agora está bem. O Savage agora. Não, o Savage agora está bem. Oh, vês 19 pontos. E o Thomas tinha 44. Ele tem que fazer 24 pontos para passar o 25.
Mas o Thomas estava em 10º, pô.
Tá, mas isso era no acumulativo.
Thomas went away second, and Nas could still not find any damage and goes down as the last player for the Threshold.
Mas quem ganha é o Janis.
Tá no G3.
O Janis está morto, Zoka.
Mas quem ganha é o Janis? Estou a dizer as FNCS.
Não. Oh, mano, outra vez,
O Savage também já... Ah, não, ainda não morreu nada, está a jogar agora.
Savage's weapon of choice in
this tournament has
been Stingfoe. When I VOD reviewed, they would get into a little bit of the Storm Surge. They would get like a couple spaces in and turn and just rain down Stingfoes. He was basically crop dusting the entire lobby, man. He was just thinking he was getting a lot of 5 HP tags all over the place.
Neves.
It's quiet now across the map.
Escalaram-se durante o tempo.
That surge gets everyone really active, pushed into boxes. Now they're looking for position to play out the rest of the game. Savage basing up with Andretta and Resguard low ground. I'm not sure what happened last game, but Refs and Savage were basically taken out. Andretta had to clutch.
Acho que vou jogar pouco.
Bora só ver esta partida, depois vou dar arenas. Eu posso ir vendo, porque eu tenho aqui o tele. Eu já estou há quanto tempo em 96 impossível.
What is done is Chapix taking out by the first place is out. That's going to be an opportunity for Resguard and Savage to move up. Also, third place, Nas and Thomas Hashi we saw in the previous engagement taken out. Let's take a peek at Zone 4. It's going to be a battle at Risky Reels. And we've already seen some fireworks. We've already seen blockbuster hits already in this tournament run.
Olha, não querem ter os três depois. Vitor, não me queres dar a skin dos heróis quando vier depois?
Não.
Tu vais poder comprar 3 skins dos heróis.
Não, vou comprar skin.
Que?
Só se eu te der o skin do Finals, ele também comprar a skin da Finals e...
Não, mas a skin da Finals só vai estar hoje, Azoka.
Só até hoje?
Sim, hoje é o último dia das Finals. Hoje é o último dia das Finals, Azoka.
Depois vemos uma skin qualquer.
Não, mas tipo, eu queria uma skin que nós os três gostássemos para usarmos os três.
Temos que ver. Sair a foco na loja. A foco é fixe, eu já tenho.
O Akun também. Pois, só falta a foco também. A Akun também é fixe. A skin dos heróis, é o que eu estava a dizer, também é fixe.
Eu acho que a skin é muito cara, só não dá, né?
Epá, pelo menos 1200. Que é foco, que é o preço?
Não, máximo 1200.
Eu vou comprar a Mulher Gato.
Não, mas calma, não ponha já a comprar cenas, para ficar sem V-Bucks para alguma coisa que queres.
Vou comprar a Mulher Gato, que eu quero a Mulher Gato.
Mas qual de vocês é que vai comprar, tipo, imagina que a foco vai para lá, quem é que vocês é que vai dar? Façam um 1v1 e vejam quem vai dar.
Sim, vamos fazer o 1v1 para dar uma skin.
Então
vai ser tipo ruim pros dois.
Não, vai ser bom para um que não vai gastar pelo menos 1200 V-Bucks.
A foca é 1200,
sim. Sim, o máximo é 1200. Então, 1000 e... Vais ter que 5 mil, né?
4.600.
Mais os que tens agora.
0.
Então ficas com 7.700.
Que?
Estou a gozar.
Eu disse 0.
Sei, estava a gozar. Ei, vai olhando para o chat.
I'm surprised.
Olha, Strump Pride,
Wasn't he all by himself? Like, weren't they just being
Endreta, caralho. Endireita.
Okay, they're not.
Big reboot came through, but no matter. They must be exactly where Noah Riley is too. Look at the zone.
Já tenho os meus V-Bucks contados, por isso não te posso dar.
Eu dei 4.600.
Quer dizer, eu os tenho contados.
In the Spire or Boney Burst, they'll actually end up playing out the full game.
Já sei o que é que vou comprar com os V-Bucks, portanto.
Eu também já sei o que eu quero comprar.
Ah, então caga.
Não,
mas com tudo, ô Vitor. Com tudo?
Não,
ah, sim.
Eu vou comprar os heróis.
Ó, mulher gato, 1.500.
Não, calma, deixa-me dizer. Eu vou comprar os heróis 1.800. O Cryptic 1.200.
Eu também quero o Cryptic. Quero a mochila dele, na verdade.
Pois, lá está. Depois vou comprar aquela gaja de bronze 1.200.
Aquela gaja de quê?
E o próximo
quero. Eu quero isso tudo também.
Ah, então caga nisso.
É que vai com a comandante Scarlet de uma vez.
O quê? Nós vamos com o quê?
Comandante Scarlet.
Pô, né, mas tu dizes que é uma bosta. Tu dizes que é uma bosta e quando é para ir tu não vais? Olha o que está vivo. Olha ali o que aqui embaixo. Yep, aqui está a ver.
Já ninguém está a ver.
Ah, não mesmo. Mr. Savage matou. Você.
Tô vendo a do Brasil, ok? Fênix do Brasil. O Máscara.
Viste aí as plays da semifinal, não é?
Aham.
Como apareceu
do Brasil.
Também.
Agora
não é do Brasil, é tudo, acho eu.
Sim, eu vi a do Brasil, agora tô vendo a da Europa.
Top 100 Rocket League Epic Saves. Deixa eu ver isto. De nada apareceu aqui.
Agora do Oriente Médio.
Plays of the Week Semifinals, já vi.
Quem é que é o Trulex, mano?
Sei lá.
Esse gajo é random, velho. Glorious Trulex.
Leste.
Tá com o Quizzy, Quiggsy, uma filha da puta se chama.
O cara joga bem do Leste. Sem mojo, mano, do Oeste.
O Savage tá com 30 pontos.
Deixa eu ver quem tá em primeiro aqui. O primeiro da sessão é um aleatório que eu nem conheço da minha vida. Nunca vi. O Savage tá em primeiro.
Bora dar tryhard, agora apeteceu-me dar tryhard. Vão com a comandante
tá em primeiro.
Oh, coisa, desde esta skin também é fixe. Pelo menos para mim.
Eu lá tenho esse clube. Esse skin é uma bosta também. Prefiro a comandante Scarlet.
Mas estamos arenas, não precisamos de ir com isso.
É verdade.
Não, estamos no mais finals.
É.